So Leslie and I, and Leslie, you can certainly help out here. We, a few months ago, decided that we've always tried eating reasonably well, but a few months ago, when the decision was becoming clear that I was going to have the surgery, we decided to try and improve our diets and exercise more, lose a little bit of weight, try and get into the best possible condition we could be. We've seen a couple movies, one of which was called Forks Over Knives.
Excellent movie. One of the things that led to this were these videos that we saw, one being Forks Over Knives, another one called Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, and there was even a special on CNN with Sanjay Gupta called The Last Heart Attack. And if you simply look those up on the internet, amazing information, and it really changed our attitude about the way we eat and the importance of eating healthy and eliminating certain things from our diet. So it was definitely a real addition to the supplements that we were taking.
So actually we decided to become semi-vegans or vegans, and in fact have pretty much cut out eating red meat and chicken. We do eat seafood, and mostly shrimp, and we've also tried to get the local shrimp as opposed to the Gulf shrimp. And also in terms of the fish, we've been trying to get wild caught fish as opposed to farm raised, just trying to get the best possible nutrition we can. And along those lines, we've also been going to farmers markets where we've been able to get fresh, cage-free, or even free, I think free range is a better word, eggs, chickens that run around and eat whatever they can find.
Local hens,
yeah.
Local egg
so
hens.
So as to get, again, we're just trying, and to supplement all of that, on top of that is lots of fresh green leafy vegetables. So I've eaten kale for the first time.
Brussels sprouts?
Well, Brussels sprouts I've eaten in the past, but
they're yummy.
These are really good Brussels sprouts. And also we discovered Chinese broccoli, which is another green leafy vegetable. We eat a lot of spinach. Anyway, we've also found a program which we found very helpful in tracking what we've been eating. It's called Lose It. Leslie can show you on our iPad.
Yeah, we'll put links to these in the description area, but Lose It is a great program. It's free, it's an app that you can download, and it allows you to input not only the calories, you can even scan barcodes of the foods that you eat or prepare, but you can also enter every little bit of exercise that you do. So if you want to get credit for that 10-minute walk or run, it allows you to budget your amount of calories that you want to intake every day. And if you have a goal, it's much easier to reach when you use an application like this.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to use too, because we do it together, and I think frankly anyone, if you're trying to do any of these kinds of programs, if you have somebody help you with them, makes it a whole lot easier. And with the Lose It, it's kind of fun because you can actually share information even when you're not together, so it'll do it wirelessly. Plus you can also share recipes, so if Leslie takes the time to input a recipe, then all she does is sends it to me, and I download it, and boom, it's right there. And so it helped. I think the most amazing thing is you'll be amazed at how much you really eat and how much you really don't need to eat.
Exactly.
Alrighty, and then the last couple of points were that in addition to doing internet research, I actually found the name of a gentleman who was very kind enough to give me all kinds of information. And his name's Jonathan Lurie, an Australian who now apparently lives in Israel. And I talked to him after he had his hip resurfacing in place for about 6 months. And he told me he was already jogging on the beach. Turns out apparently with this procedure, putting weight on the joint as soon as possible, in fact they'll have you up and walking the next day after surgery apparently, is the best thing you can do. So Jonathan was very helpful in telling me and describing his early symptoms and his current condition, and he said it was the best thing he'd ever done, which is very encouraging. And Jonathan also gave Leslie and I a bunch of valuable information about travel in India, and we'll go more into that in future episodes. And then the last thing that you might be interested in is, yes, we decided to use Dr. Bose, go to Chennai, go all the way to India, and that is how much it was going to cost in relation to the earlier cost I mentioned. Turns out so far we've spent, for the hospital stay, it's around $15,000, and that doesn't include our airfare. and stay. We think we'll probably be spending around maybe $22,000 by the time we're all said and done. Alrighty, that's the end of episode 1.